Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dylan, and welcome to Dylan the Truth podcast. If you guys are new to this channel, I'd like for you guys to subscribe to it and also hit that like button. Deeply appreciate it. This segment is about a recent list that they came up with. I believe it was Billboard's. The top 50 greatest rap groups of all time. Now, I have my opinion on this. I don't agree with this list at all. I'll start off with from 1 to 20, and then I'm going to name some of the groups that are missing in the top 20 list. So I'll read it off right now. Number 1, Outkast. Huge fan of them, but I don't think they're number 1, in my opinion. Number 2 is Wu-Tang Clan. That's the group I have is number 1. Number 3, NWA. Number 4, Tribe Called Quest. You have number 5, Run DMC. Number 6, Public Enemy. You have number 7, Eric B. and Rakim. Number 8, Salt-N-Pepa. Number 9, De La Soul. Number 10, The Roots. Number 11, The Amigos. Number 12, Grandmaster Flash. Number 13, Mobb Deep, which is a crime. They should not be number 13. Number 14, Fugees. Number 15, Naughty by Nature. Number 16, Beastie Boys. Number 17, Cypress Hill. Number 18, 3 6 Mafia. Number 19, G Unit. And number 20, UGK. Like I said, I don't like this order. I would rearrange a lot of the groups, and some of the groups I would actually take out of that list and actually put in the groups that have been missing. The most notable one, I know exactly. I'm talking to the hip hop heads. I know exactly which group you guys are thinking of that's left off this list. And that number 1 group is the LOX. That's a crime that they're not on this list in the top 20. That's ridiculous. They've been probably the most consistent rap group out, period. Like, they've never broken up. You've heard with all these other groups that they broke up due to, like, maybe it was a money issue or maybe some personal stuff going on behind the scenes. They never broke up. Not once you ever heard of that. Obviously, they did their solo thing, but they never broke up as a group. They never had an issue as a group. Them not being in the top 20, I really got to question Billboard credibility. Then you have the Lost Boys. Lost Boys was a really solid hip hop group. I mean, they came up with joints like Lex Coop's Beamer and the Benz, Lifestyle of the Rich and Shameless, Me, My Crazy World, Renee, which I believe is one of the greatest storytelling song in hip hop history. I mean, how are they not on this list? You have EPMD, another dynamic duo. They come in with more of a laid back type of flow. There's a lot of samples in their joints, and they could both rap. I don't understand how they're not on this list. Beyond me. This next group, I'm shocked that they weren't in the top 20. Bone Thugs and Harmony. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're still the number 1 selling rap group of all time. How are they not on this list? They need to explain this to me. This don't make any sense to me. The Ghetto Boys. Everyone knows them for that one song, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, one of my personal favorites. How are they not on the list? I know there's other groups that I'm not thinking of right now. Pharcyde was another good group, a group from California. How are they not on it? We remember that song that they had, Passing Me By. Obviously it's a song basically talking about, like, it's more for, like, the nerds. basically put it, because they always have a crush on like the that popular girl or the hot girl, and that hot girl always passes them by. They don't give them no attention. So it's like one of those songs for them, and a lot of people could relate to that song. And then Running, they had. I mean, that group was solid. I don't know. Again, I need to understand what they're basing this on. Now, if you want to put Outkast number one, I don't really have an issue with that, because they're my second favorite rap group of all time, right behind Wu Tang. I've always loved Outkast. Outkast is I was a day one Outkast fan. Um, I know every song from them. So I'm not one of these people that just jump on the bandwagon. I could tell you when a lot of people jump on the bandwagon for Outkast. It had to been between their third album, Aquemini, and I would say their fourth album, Stankonia. That's when you really start to see people saying, "Oh yeah, Outkast this, Outkast that." But Outkast had a Southern Playalistic in '94. They had 18 Aliens in '96. Uh, those albums are classic. So I knew what type of group they were, especially when they dropped that second album, 18 Aliens. That really showed their creative style. Because I believe the first album was more like, they were on this pimp stuff, they were like basically, talking about like, hustling and things of that nature. And then ATLians just took it to a whole nother level. Like they were just thinking outside the box. And then it lead to Aquemini, that's like the extension of that album. Stankonia, and then Speaker Box slash Love Below. I mean, I've always been a day one Outkast fan. Like, I'm still a big fan of them. Wu Tang Clan, you know how I am with Wu Tang. Wu Tang will forever be number one to me. I mean, they're just second to none. Like they came into the game with a unique style. You have nine assassins on the mic. They put in the kung fu in the background. Usually when they start their songs, you will hear like a speech from one of the kung fu movies. Like they always have like the little gems in there. So they were just ahead of their time. NWA, they started this whole gangster rap. Like without them, none of this would be going on. Like the rap, the way it is right now, wouldn't happen if it wasn't for those guys. If they didn't push the envelope, they were very into. They were very big in the hip hop community for sure, no question. Run DMC, of course, is enough said with them. They were another important group because they were the first ones to bridge the gap between hip hop and basically pop culture or pop music, because remember they had that song with Aerosmith, "Walk This Way," and had it not been for that song, a lot of rappers would just stick to just doing rap songs and not collaborating with like artists from like a different genre. They were very important to the game. Um, I mean, I could go through the list, but I just don't like the order of this. Like, I believe Bone Thugs is better than 3 6 Mafia. They're better than BC Boys, better than Naughty by Nature. They're better than Amigos. Amigos was way too high. I don't even know how they got to 11. That, to me, is ridiculous. Um, Bone Thugs should have been in the top 10 for sure. That is a big time crime. And the Locks as well. They should have been in the top 10. This makes absolutely no sense. So I'm trying to figure out what is the criteria of being the best rap group of all time. And I believe it has more so to do with the record sales, the influence. Um, I mean, what else could it be? I think that's basically it. Like, yeah, the songs as well. You know, a lot of these groups have a lot of classic songs, but I believe it's more so about sales because Billboards is about record sales. So for Outkast to be number one, I'm not mad at it. It just personally, I would have Wu Tang number one. But if you put Outkast, I can't be mad because they're one of the most creative rap groups ever. I don't think that's even up for debate. They always change. Every album is different. It's never the same. So that's what I always loved about Outkast. And they stick true to who they are. They don't try to follow the trend and try to be like everybody else. People try to be like them, but you can't. They have their own style. You can't duplicate it. You know, that's what makes them unique. So, yeah, I just, once again, billboards. I don't know. Maybe it's just them putting this out so, you know, people like me and, you know, just have people talking about this. I feel that's what they're doing, and they know what they're doing, and it actually works. You know, we're having a discussion about hip hop. They're keeping hip hop relevant because as of right now, the way hip hop is a bit of a mess. So I mean, for them to put this list, top 50, I didn't go through the rest of them. I just list off just the top 20. I didn't want to go through all that list, but yeah, it's just have us talking. That's what they do, and you know what? It's working. I'm always here to talk about hip hop. I have no issue doing that. I love hip hop. Like, you don't understand. Like, I really love it. Like, I probably know a lot about hip hop, and I could surprise a lot of people with the knowledge that I know of the game. Um, you know, they'll be surprised. They'll be like, "Oh, how do you know about this person and this and that, and what year it came out, and you know who produced it, and I know a lot of the stuff, so I don't really brag about it. But you know, if you ask me about like you know certain artists and how they started and how they came to what they are now, I can break it down from you know from the beginning to where they are now. That's how much of a student of the game that I am to hip hop. Um, but yeah, that's just my opinion on this list. I know everyone has their opinion on it, but this is my opinion. But this is the beauty of it. Everybody gets to, you know, give their opinion on this. And that's what Billboard was intended to do. And they succeeded. So I gotta give them props for that. But I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to this video. Till next time, peace.